St. John's, led by Chris Mullins. Crazy week for them. Crazy week. Their first two top 10 wins this week. One versus Duke, one versus Villanova. We're going to look at both of them. The first one against Duke. Obviously, early, it's Duke Blue Devils, Mike Krzyzewski coach team. Down 7. They hit a 3, cut it to 4. Down 7 again. They respond. They're down at the half. They come out second half. Shamari Pons is hitting shots. Hits a 3, cuts the lead to 2. Then he hit a huge three-pointer, putting them up by 1, 3 minutes in the second half. Then he put up a lob. They were up 44-41. Marvin Bagley's obviously responding. They're playing well. Duke cuts it to 5. Ahmed hits a 3. Great play down and forth, back and forth, and then Shamari Pons hits a layup. St. John's up by 10 with 8 minutes to go, but Duke just kept chipping. Duke cut it to 4, and then a quick 3 by Grayson Allen with 2:10 left, cut the game to 1, and then Shamari Pons hit what he thought was the dagger with 44 seconds to go, but Grayson Allen responded beautifully, so it was 77-76. And then St. John's kept hitting free throws. St. John's missed a free throw. Grayson Allen tried to shoot a game-tying 3, but it clanked off. 81-77. St. John's got a huge win. Obviously, a team that has already lost 13 games, so I don't know about the tournament for them. But this is the big win for them. This is one of top 5 wins this week already for them. What a great win for the program. You show they're building, they're trying to do something. Obviously, Mike Krzyzewski's team didn't come out with the it factor they needed to close it out. Obviously, with teams like St. John's, like crappy mid-major teams like this, you have to come out. You have to come up with a fire. Some of these teams, you come out, you underestimate. You're like, St. John's, what are they really gonna do wrong here? They probably came out with too much confidence. Marvin Bagley played pretty well. Obviously, he's always been playing well, but you got to come out. You got to execute the game plan. I think Chris Mullen told his players to play with an edge, and it's college basketball. You put it all out on the floor, and you see what happens. Certain nights you don't have it. Certain nights you do. Mike Krzyzewski's team didn't have it. Obviously, clanked some open threes. Some more shots that Duke hits. This game goes for Duke. It's always in close games. That's how it usually goes. Certain players, certain people. But good job, good win for St. John's. That was the first win. Then they beat Villanova, who was the number 1 team this week, and it's only Villanova's second loss. They played good defense. They hit baskets. To be able to keep pace and take the lead. They led by 5 after Simon hit a huge layup at the end of the first half. They went up by 5 at halftime. Then, they hit a three-pointer. They go up by 8 go up by 7 with 13 minutes to go. Simon's hitting shots, 8-point lead, 4:30 to go, 5:30 to go, big layup shot. And then St. John's again with another layup with 2:40 to go. So they're hitting shots. Villanova kept cutting it, had an 8-0 run, cut it to 1. But then St. John's hit a huge layup. And then Nova, they missed. They had a shot at the end. They hit 1-3. Gillespie hit a 3, and he cut it to 1. And then they had a shot at the end, and they missed it. They missed the open 3, just like Duke. It was similar to the Duke ending. They missed the 3. Simon and Pons played well. St. John's on the whole played well. Two big wins for the Red Storm. The program is looking up. But huge wins. College basketball craziness. Honestly, AP poll top 5 craziness going on right now. I think it's crazy how this stuff is going down. I think it's crazy to see how these teams are sort of self-destructing. These are all teams that are expected to win these games. They're good games for these teams, and you thought you would see them win, but it is what it is. You can't, like I said, St. John's came out, competed well, played better than the other teams. They wanted it more, and you could obviously see that in some of these games. And I feel bad because most of these teams, they come out, they're good teams. They have too much confidence. They exuded a little too much, and then St. John's just wrote off the upset of Duke, and then they wrote it into the upset of Villanova. Obviously, Duke was at home, but even Villanova is a tougher one because you're on the road, you're in an atmosphere where you don't know stuff, and you're in Philadelphia, and as Philadelphia sports fans are always crazy, so it's always tougher to play down there. And they still came out. They play Marquette tomorrow. I don't know if they can keep this energy going. Obviously, for the Big East, it's good. Some teams losing, but I don't know, man. St. John's, they're not a tournament team, but it's a good week for them, College basketball, certain teams get a good week. This team has a good week, beat 2 top 5 teams. Wow. Good wins for them. Chris Mullen, it's a good program win. It shows building, shows character. They're good wins for them to show them nice Nice wins, and it obviously shakes up the college basketball picture a little bit. Congrats to them. It's just hell of a coaching job there, and good job. Nice week for St. John's this week. So yeah, good job, St. John's.